Emulation of the human voice has been a common goal among string players and luthiers for centuries. As the 17th century musicologist Giovanni Battista Doni wrote in 1640, "Of all the musical instruments, how truly marvelous is the nature of the violin, for none other, with such a small body and so few strings, contains such a great diversity of sounds, harmonies, and melodic ornaments, and none other better expresses the human voice." In the compositions of the violinist Niccolò Paganini, he sought to emulate the Italian bel canto vocal style that was common among his early 19th century Italian contemporaries, like Rossini and Donizetti. His love for bel canto is evident in his compositional style, and many of his works are based on the two-part aria form that was popularized by Rossini. In particular, the influence of Rossini can be seen in many of his compositions that include an introduction and variations on an operatic theme. While the emulation of the human voice is often very clear in Paganini's music, it is also worth noting that the technical capabilities of the violin go far beyond what is possible with the human voice, particularly in the music of Paganini, emphasizing the virtuosic characteristics of bel canto music. The three main elements of Italian bel canto technique were, according to Rossini, the voice, technique, and style. The perfection of intonation, tone, agility, elegant phrasing, control, purity, and beauty of sound, smoothness of legato passages were among the goals of bel canto technique. The ultimate goal was to hear a beautiful voice sing a beautiful melody. Rossini was well known for a particular form in his serious arias, which consists of two large sections that contrast in tempo, the first being the cantabile, the slower, more lyrical section, and the second being the cabaletta, the virtuosic conclusion. According to musicologist Richard Taruskin, this allowed the singer to display their full range of ability, from beauty of tone and breath control in the cantabile to the euphoric fireworks in the cabaletta. The cantabile section was generally preceded by an orchestral introduction and recitative, and was followed by a plot turn that would function as a transition to build drama between the cantabile and the cabaletta. Paganini's love for opera was perhaps fueled by his eccentric and theatrical personality. For example, his technical ability on the violin, in addition to his gaunt appearance, gave way to rumors that he had sold his soul to the devil. Paganini liked perpetuating these rumors and would often arrive at his concerts in a black carriage drawn by 4 black horses. He enjoyed showing off and, according to legend, would often intentionally break one or more of his strings on stage and complete the performance on the remaining string. His interest in Rossini's music began in 1813 with the publication of the opera Tancredi. He first met Rossini in Bologna in 1818 and even conducted the premiere of Rossini's opera Matilda di Chabran in 1821, after the unexpected death of the original conductor. Their friendship lasted until Paganini's death in 1840. Today, Paganini is remembered as one of the most virtuosic violinists of all time and a composer of some of the most technically demanding music that is written for the violin. Perhaps it was his love for virtuosity and showmanship that first drew him to the Italian opera style that had emerged in the late 18th century. Besides the virtuosity that is displayed in Paganini's music, Paganini is also known for writing lyrical, homophonic melodies that parallel the music of his contemporaries, with relatively sparse accompaniment. Between 1818 and 1819, Paganini composed 3 different pieces of music containing an introduction and variations based on themes that were composed by Rossini. These include I Palpiti, a transcription of the aria Di Tanti Palpiti from Rossini's 1813 opera Tancredi, Non più mesta from Rossini's 1816 opera La Cenerentola, and Dal tuo stellato solio From the 1818 opera Mosè in Egitto, a notorious work that is played completely on the G string. Each of these pieces contains an original introduction which represents the cantabile section of Rossini's two-part aria. The theme and variations portion represents the virtuosic cabaletta. Di tanti palpiti is the cavatina for the hero in the opera Tancredi, and is considered to be Rossini's first significant example of this new form of aria. It opens with an orchestral introduction that sets the atmosphere for the recitative, which the hero Tancredi sings as he returns to his homeland, vowing to defend it as he seeks his beloved. The recitative transitions straight into the cantabile, which concludes with a cadenza before transitioning into the cabaletta. The name Di tanti palpiti, meaning of many heartbeats, comes from the aria's cabaletta, which is the theme that Paganini used as the subject of his composition. Paganini's I palpiti follows a similar form to Rossini's aria. Parallels can be drawn between each section. It opens with a short introduction and the piano that resembles the opening to an opera overture, and leads into the slow lyrical cantabile. Paganini's melody, although different from Rossini's, features a heavily ornamented and expressive melody. Following the cantabile is a cadenza-like recitative, pushing technical boundaries with its showy virtuosity, made up of scales and arpeggios utilizing chromatic patterns. Paganini's recitative acts as an interruption and completely contrasts the character of the cantabile, setting a darker tone as it transitions into the cabaletta. The cabaletta features Rossini's theme followed by three variations, each contrasting in character. The first variation is robust and rhythmic, and presents a variation of the melody in triplets and fast arpeggios. Chromaticism plays a large role in the scales and arpeggios made up of double stop and broken thirds. The second variation presents a more lullaby-like realization of the theme. It is written in double stop harmonics and ricochet bowing, two techniques for which Paganini was well known. The third and final variation, which leads into the coda, presents fast arpeggios and double stops outlining the theme, as well as scales utilizing left-hand pizzicato. These arpeggios lead directly into the coda, the most apparent display of virtuosity in the piece, which features many of Paganini's signature techniques found in the rest of the piece: ricochet, staccato bowing, and left-hand pizzicato. Overall, the slow and lyrical introduction, as well as the virtuosic theme and contrasting variations, help to display the violinist's full range of technical and musical ability, as Rossini's arias do for the vocalist. The virtuosity combined with the lyrical melodies that Paganini wrote stand as a tribute to composers like Rossini,